I'll just get right into it, though. Let's get into it. Now, first of all, let's talk about these Los Angeles Lakers. And let's talk about this trade for Luka Dončić. We have to get into that. And what's the official letter grade that you would give these teams for this trade? Now, I think off the rip with the Dallas Mavericks and Anthony Davis going down in the first game, not the whole game, after the first half, he was done. Now, he did have 28. I think it was 28 points in the first half. So he showed you some flashes of greatness and showed you that how Anthony Davis rolls and the extreme highs and lows that he can come with. But that you got to give that trade right now a D- or an F. He's not available. He's not available. The best ability. They taught me in high school, any form of sports that I played, the best ability is availability. I know a lot of people can attest to this. The best don't always make it. The best don't always make it. It's usually the most consistent. He could be, or he or she could be right in the middle of the pack, talent wise. But if they have that stick-to-itiveness and they keep going after it, yeah, they're gonna get some form of success versus the person that had more talent and more ability that didn't have the stick-to-itiveness and did not have the drive. You can look that up. You can look that up in all phases of life. The person that has middle of the pack ability and has stick-to-itiveness, they'll get further. And what I have to say about this Anthony Davis trade, if I had to give it a letter grade from the beginning, it has to be a D- or an F. You have to give it a D- or an F simply because he's not available. And I don't know when he'll be available. They said that they're looking at reevaluating him in 10 days. We don't know what that really means. And then when he gets out there, he's not going to be in the best basketball shape. And he might re-aggravate that injury, that ankle, that heel that's been ailing him his whole tenure with the Lakers. So it's going to be really interesting to see, even when he does come back, how he's going to be. Because you can't keep missing this much basketball. This is the time of the year where the basketball is actually meaningful. You know, they say a lot of time the season don't even start till Christmas. And I know the NFL came and infringed on the Lakers' right to having a Christmas game. Usually the Lakers are the only, not Lakers, but the NBA is the only one playing on Christmas, and they haven't had to deal with another sports league getting in the way of that. That's why LeBron came post-game and said, hey, this is the NBA's time. Hey, NFL, you guys need to back down. But they ain't backing down. The NFL gonna come stronger and stronger and stronger with these new brand deals and network deals that they got. Not only do the major networks got it, now they got apps got it. Now some of these apps like Netflix and Prime, Amazon Prime, now they got NFL contracts and they're playing the games as well and they're selling them for a price. But yeah, I would have to get that Lakers trade on the side of the Dallas Mavericks. That would be an F, a D- or F. Now, when you start looking at the Lakers side with Luka Dončić, I know he had a little bit of a rough start trying to get his legs back under him. But Luka Dončić trade, I got to give that a B. I'm not gonna give it an A because I don't want to sound like a fanboy because it has been some challenges. I'll give that a B. The Lakers trade, I'll give that a B because when you look at the total dynamic of the trade, LeBron is already understanding on how to play with another superstar. He's done it for multiple years now with Anthony Davis, and he did it with the Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade. And so you got to understand, and Dwayne Wade had a similar game like LeBron. He don't have the court vision like LeBron, but he had the flashy dash, dunking the ball, athletic wing type like a LeBron. That's why I was very interested to see how they were going to be with the Miami Heat when he played with the Heat, because they always had like a subpar center like Joel Anthony or Eric Dampier or somebody that was just wasn't even worth talking about that played for the Miami Heat. It was majority of the time Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and for a lesser degree Chris Bosh, and to even lesser degree Shane Battier. And that dynamic worked because of the two-headed monster, which was LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. That's why that ultimately worked. So I know LeBron's ability to be able to work with another superstar and set his ego aside, even though a lot of people don't give LeBron credit for setting his ego aside. He had to set his ego aside and look at the greater thing and make the main thing, which was winning an NBA championship and getting that monkey off his back, which he did with the Miami Heat, which was his first NBA championship. So I would have to give this trade, I'll give it a B for the Lakers. I'll give it a B. And And we'll see going forward how Luka really rises and shines. If he can really take an onus and really take, take a leadership role point of view from LeBron and really work on his body, the whole NBA better watch out. Literally the whole NBA better watch out, because if Luka Dončić is looking svelte and real slender out there, cutting and being Luka Dončić like he played for Slovenia when he was in those Olympic Games, the Lakers are going to be an issue, man. Lakers are going to be a huge problem. And let me just say this: if the Lakers would have got Mark Williams, I don't know who blocked it, because Mark Williams seemed to be generally upset with the denial and the Lakers deciding to rescind the trade. He seemed to be really upset. He seemed to not understand why they did it. He think it was some other powers that stopped that trade from happening. But let me tell you this: I think if it was some powers to stop that trade, they looked at Mark Williams as 7'2", slender, athletic. Bro, I think he got a 9-something wingspan, 9-foot-something wingspan. If as LeBron James and Luka Dončić would have had him to toss the ball to on like an emergency release valve, once they break down the defense, which they do, and even though Luka breaks down the defense in a different way than LeBron can break down the defense just based off of speed and athleticism. Luka Dončić breaks down the defense with like an old man, methodical James Harden type 1-2 step into the lane, and he would love to throw it to Likely and what's that other center that they had over there, the Dallas Mavericks? He just got hurt as well. Gafford. Enter the text for the chat. Gafford, Daniel Gafford. Luka Dončić would use those guys like safety release valves, breaking down the defense, and just immediately when he breaks it down, he's not even driving all the way to the lane. He just give it a little kiss, a little throw up, a little lob, and they just handle business every time. If the Lakers would have had that type of athletic center, bro, I know the league knows that would have been a problem. Because right now, if you look at the standings, I think the Lakers are in the 5th slot, but they're the betting favorite in the 4th spot to win the NBA championship. On top of them is like the Boston Celtics, Oklahoma City Thunder, and I think it was like one more. I think it was the Milwaukee Bucks. But the Lakers are the 4th best team, favorite-wise, to win the NBA championship. Hold on one second. Shout out Jonathan Weasley. Jonathan Weasley in the Cash app with a $10 donation. Thank you so much, Jonathan. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love and support. I'm guessing that you're liking the content over here on the channel and on the page. I really appreciate that. If anybody else wants to donate, you can as well. The Cash app is in the lower right. It's $RICK3Y24. I really appreciate all the love and support. Also, let's get into the Golden State Warriors side of things with Jimmy Butler. Now, they already signed him to a 2-year, I think it's $130 million deal, 120 off the rip. So this is prior to anything working out or anything like that. They gave that man the bag off the rip. Now, where I think with the Golden State Warriors and everybody getting overly excited and getting happy, they need to really look at things and reassess the situation. So you got the Warriors winning games, and that's good. They're winning games, and now they're in the 7th slot. Some people are predicting that they're definitely going to be, and they're going to maintain that 7th slot, and they're going to get into the playoffs, and that's cool. But what people aren't talking about is the way in which they're winning these games. And that's what I got more concerned about. See, the Golden State Warriors are finding themselves behind. They had a 5-game sample size with Jimmy Butler. They finding themselves behind like 20 points, 25 points in a game. Now they're coming back. They're coming back and going on these magical Cinderella runs and winning the game. But you're down 20-some points. Bro, if in the playoffs, when you're down even 12 or 15 points, it's a problem. And the team is going to be, pretty much looking to hold on to that lead. You can't let teams get out in front of you and by 20 points, 24 points, and that's your strategy going forward. I'm not saying that that's the Warriors' strategy. I'm just saying that's what they're consistently doing, is falling themselves behind. Even with the Orlando Magic the other night, I'm watching the game. The Warriors is getting their butts whooped. Literally getting their butts whooped until Steph hit that three-quarter court, half-court shot, a little bit further than half-court, three-quarter court, half-court shot, and the Warriors kind of fed off that energy. I mean, that's cool. But in the playoffs, that's not going to work out. It's a reason why Jimmy Butler went to the finals twice already with the Miami Heat and did not win, because you need a collective effort, and the damn show can't be your strategy to go out there and be getting your doors blown off. That can't be your strategy. So that's how I would grade these trades. And so for that trade with the Warriors and Jimmy Butler, I would give that trade a C. That trade will get a C from me. That's what I would give that trade, a C, because I feel like it's too much heroic Cinderella ball. And I'm speaking about that right in the month of March. March Madness, NCAA. Shout out to March Madness and NCAA. I'm definitely going to be watching some of that college ball. It's always exciting to watch, but I think they got a little too much of that for me and my liking going on. Hey, shout out to everybody on the channel. Keep supporting. I really appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoy your Saturday. Rick One Ball signing off.